Okay, so part two. So that was all just like the background to like leading up until my cleanse. So all my health issues I was having, I'm having anxiety, depression, you know, using my phone too much, staying up too late, not being organized at home, lack of motivation with dishes and dog walking and all that stuff, right? And I thought that doing the wild rose detox would actually like reset me a little bit. And I don't know, I'm only halfway through, so I don't know like long term what the effects are going to be like. I stopped all my supplements because I remember Terry saying like you kind of pee them out, it's a waste of money, you know, save them for after the cleanse, which I was a little hesitant to do because I started on a new protocol actually, called True Hope and Power Plus, and it was working, you know, starting to help my anxiety a little bit, and so I was a little hesitant to stop that, you know, and I bought a bunch of niacin. I have my Camu vitamin C. I bought some extra B12. I'll give you guys some updates on how I'm doing. And then I got the coconut powder from Light Cellar to put in my coffees. I got Danny Blend so I could, you know, not drink the coffee everywhere I go. And it tastes like coffee. And so with the herbs, you can take herbs with this detox, but you want to take them kind of 2 hours apart. I don't know if there's any herbs say contraindicated on the detox that I know of, but like I simplified it because I was taking a lot of herbs, so I'm just doing the medicinal mushrooms because that's on the list. So the detox actually has a list of foods that you can eat, and that's and foods you can't eat, and then it's split into two. So you want 80% of your diet coming from the alkaline and then 20% from acidic forming foods. And so you can research all this stuff. Wild Rose Detox. I'm not like endorsed by them. They're not funding my videos yet. Come on. Anyways, so yeah. So maybe in the future I can get some sponsors. Luna wants to come say hi. Mwah. She's I'm sponsored by Luna. My dog. She's so beautiful. Look at her. I'm going to put her on a cleanse too. Cleanses for dogs. That's something I'll have to look up. Yes, Luna's on herbals too, called Gut Soothe from Pet Planet. It's helped her tummy troubles so much. Okay, so you can't have sugar. I'm going to tell you a little cheat thing that I learned from Terry. And if you guys haven't checked out the first video, check that out. This is the second video. The first video was more of it was like more of a, like, why I'm doing the herbal detox and what my health issues were like up until I started it a week ago. I don't know if I'm going to go on to the full Candida diet after. That's a more long-term program. I will kind of see what that looks like and decide. I got to do some more research because I don't really know how to do that or how to reintroduce foods or if I can even stick to it. And maybe get some barberine, I think it was, if I have cheat days. If that's what it was. Gotta look in my notes. And so, okay, first I'm just gonna tell you what's happened to me since I took the detox, and I'm gonna give you a little more info on how to do the detox and where to find it. As I mentioned in the last video, I have a pretty bad sugar addiction and processed food addiction and fast food addiction, you know, and so I just want to save money, honestly, as well as my health. But instead of going to fast foods and buying a coffee and Timbits, I'll save that money, lock it in my savings account. It's locked in, so I have to go to the teller to access it. The bank set it up for me that way. And so now I have, say, $7 that I could have spent on something that gave me absolutely no nourishment. Yeah, coffee and almond milk and maybe a muffin and a donut or whatever. Like, what benefit am I really getting from that? I could take that $7 and either keep it in the savings or, you know, spend that money on a herbal or a supplement or some holistic food from the health food store. And so that would be really, really, you know, beneficial to my health. And not only that, I'm not supporting Tim Hortons. That's kind of a corrupt business in a way. I don't want to get into that on this video. yeah, it has its purpose. It's feeding people, it's creating community and stuff like that. So it's not all bad. But I'd rather take that money and invest it into a health food store where the animals are ethically raised. They're supporting organic and local. They're supporting herbal medicine and natural healing and really, really nutrient dense food and processed foods too. And so I'm trying to wean off of the processed foods. And so I'm going to tell you my health benefits, and I'm going to tell you how I cheated a little bit and how we're actually allowed to cheat a little bit. And it's actually going better. And my boyfriend's been doing it with me, which is a huge help. Thank you, Trevor. Doing the cleanse with somebody really gives you the motivation to stick with it. And, going to see a herbalist that's prescribing it to you is an even better step up if you can afford it. I've seen life changing things happen at Terry Willer's clinic when he put people on this cleanse. And it helped my mom. I'm not going to get into the story. I need to ask her permission to share the story on YouTube. I don't have that yet. And so, anyways, I was on the bus on the way home, and I just downloaded this minimal app on my phone for the first time in a while. And it's called Minimal Launcher. And it's actually helping me detox from my phone addiction. So, it's interesting how sometimes when we go on a detox, we get these revelations that maybe help other areas of our life, because detoxing isn't just for the body, it's for the mind and the spirit. And so I'm hoping as I go further into the next week of the detox that I'll continue to make improvements in my health. I woke up this morning at 6 a.m. and started decluttering my closet, and I threw out old socks with holes that were mismatched when the socks go missing in the dryers. I went and organized stuff that I don't wear, and I put it in another spot so that my bedroom area of my bachelor could be a little more organized. And so I'm not just detoxing my body, I'm detoxing my home, I'm detoxing my phone, I'm detoxing and minimalizing my phone usage. And I can tell you about that on another video. It's called the Minimal Oasis Launcher. And so I'm on the way home, and every time I detox from my phone, I have the most amazing conversations with people at the bus stops or wherever I go. It's like real conversations rather than staring at my phone. It's life changing, you guys. And this guy was like, super in line with the health stuff, and he wants to start this really cool project. I won't tell you the idea. Maybe he's watching this. Send me a comment if you are. I'm not going to steal his idea because it's brilliant. And he's going to school to make it happen. And that was cool. And he was like, keep doing your YouTube videos. And then I literally get off the bus and I look on the bus, and there's an ad on the outside of the bus, and it said, stick to the facts. And that was really inspiring to me. It was like a message like, okay, do your YouTube video, but stick to the facts. Don't get into this whole esoteric debate on spirituality and like what, mental health, like concepts and ideas. It's like, no, I want this video to be about really sticking to the facts of like, what does the detox do for me physically and how does it work? And so, first of all, since I started working at the gym, I go to the bathroom every single day. And like I said in my old video, before I was going twice a week maybe, which is really dangerous. You want your bowels to be working properly. And I swear to God, since I started this detox, I'm not going to tell you it's embarrassing. Let's just say I was on the way to work today and had to stop to use the washroom. I missed my bus and had to Uber to work because the cleanse was just getting stuff out of me. And I needed to go. And that was amazing. And I felt so much lighter. And I'm pushing on my stomach all day. Even after I ate in my stomach, I can push on it. Usually when I eat, my stomach is rock hard after I eat. It's very concerning to me. My medication can slow down peristalsis. I've had people on clozapine. My psychiatrist that I just got discharged to my family doctor, you guys, for the first time since I was first diagnosed with schizophrenia, which is amazing. Now someone else at that clinic, can go see that clinic, and my psychiatrist, retired, and they're like, you're doing so well. We're discharging you to your doctor. And my family doctor said yes. So thank you, Kenny. And so I have the most amazing family doctor. My psychiatrist helped me a lot. I'm literally on the phone with him. It's my last appointment with him, and I go, I'm doing the Dr. Hoffer protocol, and he yelled, Jessica, and then the phone line went dead. And I thought, oh my God, he just hung up on me, or something happened in the universe with a glitch. He called me back and said he didn't hang up, but I think he was upset with me because I was doing the Hoffer protocol. And the first thing I said when he called me back is, I'm not coming off my meds. I'm just taking some supplements. Don't worry. He just has a caring heart and doesn't want to see me relapse and end up in the psych ward again, because he knows that can happen off meds. Will I come off meds in the future? I don't know. That's a whole other story for a whole other debate and a whole other video. But I'll update you guys on how the Dr. Hoffer protocol is going. And I'll update you guys on how the cleanse, goes at the end of the week, hopefully. I don't want to make promises. I do these sporadically, but I want to do them more consistently. Please give me a message in the comment of what health topic you want me to cover, or mental health topic, and I'll do my best. And so the cleanse has been amazing. I have been able to go to work where they're giving out free Timbits and chocolate and actually say no. This is unheard of for me. Like I said in my last video, you give me a box of cookies, I'll have them eaten by the end of the day. Like a whole box. I'll go to the vending machine, maybe sometimes buy a chocolate bar and a cookie and a bag of chips. I'll go to Tim Hortons and buy coffee and, Timbits and whatever. And I've been able to, the whole last week, actually walk right past Tim Hortons and right past all this free food at work, and just be like, nope, I don't do that anymore. And you're allowed one cheat day a week. So we did do a potluck. On the weekend, we went to a concert with our friends, and it was amazing. Turia played. It was fantastic. The Om Shanti crew was there. Kylie Dawn was there in Calgary here doing an ecstatic dance. It was at the Opera House. My boyfriend Trevor Ureski was there playing didgeridoo, walking around playing didge with people. They had a potluck, and you're allowed one cheat day. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to allow myself to cheat on the diet today, because I'm allowed one cheat day a week, and it'll help me stick to the diet the rest of the week. No, my dog thinks someone's here because I knocked on the table. Oh, wait. She's so sweet. Okay. And so at the potluck, I did have some chips. I did have a little bit of chocolate. I had a tiny bit of cheese. And a little bit of dip. And we're going to Edmonton for the Schizophrenia Society play that we do called Starry Night this week. And we had to order food for free. So thank you to the organization that's actually paying us to be there and paying us, buying us free meals and a free hotel. And we get to go and perform for the teachers. It's absolutely incredible. I love this community. I love acting in the play. I get to be person one. And that's just a person that comes and just says a few lines here and there. But anyways, I tried to order food. I know I'm allowed one more cheat day. And so I tried to order food on the menu that's like, no dairy, because we can't have dairy, no flour products, no sugar, no dried fruit. Yeah, I tried that, and I said, like, if the restaurant can't make that for me because they pre-make the food or something, then just give me the food, and that's okay. But I tried to choose a healthy option, like a salad with some almonds and stuff, and or some hummus on the other day, hummus and veggies with maybe what was on the side, rice, right? And so I didn't go for the sandwich option because, like, we're not allowed bread, and that'll be my cheat day if they can't do the substitutions, and that's okay. But what I've been doing to help avoid eating out and eating all of this junk food I normally eat that's been destroying my body, and I'm actually starting to heal, and my stomach feels like jello. It feels amazing. Oh my God, when your stomach's rock hard all the time, it's like, what's going on? My stomach's big, I look fat and overweight. I'm actually not overweight. I'm actually slightly underweight. I don't have enough fat around my organs. I was just beginning to say that on the last video with the test that they do at work. and it tells how much fat is in your body. But I'm like, I'm trying to get fit, I'm working out a lot, I'm trying to eat healthy and drink water and all this stuff, but I still look overweight, even though I'm actually slightly underweight because of the stomach issues I have. And I'm not shaming my body. I love and appreciate my body. It's okay that people are overweight. Yeah, you want to, work towards health, but I'm not doing this to shame or make women feel guilty. We got to love and honor our bodies. We got to nourish them. We don't want to starve ourselves. We don't want to deprive ourselves. This diet is not about deprivation. It's about abundance of health. And so what's really cool is my body is starting to shift. And part of it is the foods I'm not eating and the foods I am eating. And all of the salads. So because 80% of my diet has to be alkaline and 20 acidic, I'm actually, this is what I eat every day, you guys. Okay, so I wake up in the morning and I'm taking the pills. So the pills, I think it's, oh my God, I might forget, and I don't want to go over to my kitchen because I'm petting my dog. Billy Herb or Cleanse a Herb or something. Oh my God. 2 different products, and then the liquid I keep forgetting to take, so I keep forgetting to put it with me, so I still need to take the liquid. And I'm taking it usually 2 hours away from my other medications. And at first I was like, no, I'm not having any of the herbs with it because it says 2 hours apart. But now I'm just kind of like making it like a substitute for Denny blend and adding in some tea because it just helps me stay away from the other foods and coffees and stuff. So you can have 3 cups of coffee if you're a regular coffee drinker. I'm not a regular coffee drinker. I'll have coffee maybe once a week. It depends how much I go to work and there's free coffee, or if I bring my debit with me. Often I just leave my debit at home, or I put all my money in the savings. It's locked in the savings account. And so the capsules, it's like 2 of one bottle and then 2 of the other, and then 40 drops of the liquid twice a day. So with 2 meals, so breakfast and dinner. And then the Laxa herb you take, I think it's 2 to 3 times a week if I remember correctly, but you can take it up to every day. But it takes 6 to 12 hours for the laxative effect to come into effect. So keep that in mind. So, you do it one day, and then the next day you can decide if you need more or less and when to do it. And I think there's enough in the bottle for 3 a day. So if it's 2 to 3, 2 to 4 tablets, 2 to 3 times a week, I believe. You can read all this in the package. But then it's kind of like, actually, you can take it daily if needed, but you don't want to take too much. I took too much Laxa herb one time, farted, and had a minor accident. No one noticed because it was so minor, but I started with too much Laxa herb. And I should have started smaller and then weaned up, but I knew I was really constipated, so I thought I'll just start with the full dose. Don't do that. Start with what it says, and then slowly wean up if you feel like you need more, and you'll know in your body. I'm still taking my Restore Lax. It's a stool softener. It's a pharmaceutical that pulls water into the stool, and it saved my life. I used to take Laxa herb every day till I went into the psych ward, and because I came off meds and did some. That's a whole other story. Anyways, that was a long time ago, and the psychiatrist there made me stop taking Laxa herb because I had a rash, which was actually, I think, from the laundry soap I found out, but she thought it was the medication because if she did her check with the pharmacist who said it was contraindicated. They forced me to stop taking it. And anyways, that's a whole other story for a whole other video. And so I came off of it, and when I wanted to go back on it, they didn't make it anymore because the factory blew up and they couldn't make the pills in the new factory. They couldn't figure out how to bind them together. I don't know why. Some secret or something, and or the tools that they used, and now they make Laxa herb again, and they put it in the cleanse, which is amazing. So maybe Laxa herb's back on the market, so maybe I'll try this more long term. I take magnesium for constipation. I've been taking Trifala for constipation, and it's great. It works amazing. It's a big part of what helped me start going every day. Anyways, to be able to get off of the junk food diet and get on a more healthy diet. I'm eating way more salad than I ever did. So this is my daily diet. So the Laxa herb you want to take 2 hours before bedtime. I thought I might forget, and I didn't want to take it at the same time as my meds because it might interact. So I just started taking it with the dinner, which I think it should be okay. It's better than nothing. Um, and some days I don't think I've taken it. I can't even remember which days I have and haven't taken it. It's hard to keep track. And I have a presentation at work tomorrow, and then we have the play. So I might skip it for 2 nights just in case. I don't want to have, a bit of urgency, when I have to like go do a presentation or be on stage, because there's not always time to go use the bathroom when you need to. And that's the thing, is you want to start the detox on the weekend. Unless the weekend tends to be a day that you're gonna eat some junk food. Like we had a potluck on the Sunday, so we were like, no, we'll start it on the Monday because we wanted to enjoy the potluck and have everybody's foods and stuff. So it's a beautiful thing, right? In moderation. I'm not doing it every day, and so started on a Monday. It's a Monday now. I lost about 3 pounds in the last week. Some people lose 10 pounds. People that are overweight often can lose 10 pounds on the detox. So you want to do the detox, like, I think you do up to 4 times a year, I believe. And or twice a year, or even once a year is better than nothing, or even 1 time is better than nothing. And it might extend your life up to 10 years. It might put off arthritis for another 10 years. It might help with all kinds of things. Again, it could be contraindicated in certain people, like if you're really mineral deficient, nutrient deficient, people with eating disorders. They actually came up with one for people with gentle stomachs. I have to do a little more research to see what that one's about. I didn't do that one. I did the regular one. I think they might have another one too. I forget. So the best times to do them, according to Taylor Willard, who formulated the product, was springtime, fall time. Nature goes through its cleanses then too, right? In a way. And the changing of the seasons is a good time to do it. After Christmas is a great time. Maybe after Halloween. But spreading them out throughout the year, not back to back, because you need to build a little and cleanse a little. And so if you have a certain health issue, I'm not, meant to replace the advice of a qualified healthcare practitioner. You can go into the health food stores that sell them and ask them questions. If you have a good doctor that's on board with herbal medicine, ask them. Some pharmacists that are, well educated in herbal medicine might know, and like read the labels and see what's contraindicated, because it should probably say inside the box or on the website. Check out Wild Rose Detox. Just Google it. I don't know if you can order off the website. You can find these in health food stores. I got mine from Blushland Organics. And medicinal mushrooms are on the list, not the psychedelic ones. But so I take those in my smoothie. So I wake up in the morning. I try to make my smoothie the night before in my NutriBullet. Thank you, Trevor, for the NutriBullet for Christmas. It's been a lifesaver. Like, literally. I'm not sponsored by them yet. That would be actually cool people to reach out to. I'll start doing NutriBullet videos. Check that one out, by the way. So I'm short of breath here. So basically, I'm having stevia. I'm cheating. You're not allowed any sweeteners, but I remember Taryn saying you can have stevia, but you probably shouldn't, because once you have that sweetness on your tongue, you're gonna crave more. But still my boyfriend, who loves to eat dark chocolate, I said, if you really want to eat some dark chocolate, have the stevia kind, and he's doing that, and he's doing the diet with me, and he's doing pretty good with it too. I did cheat a little bit once with a little bit of chips, because he cheated. He didn't know he wasn't allowed to have corn chips, because corn was on the list, and I told him after, you can't, and he had corn chips, so I thought I would have cheated. This is where having a partner, but he's doing amazing with it, and I couldn't do this without him, so thank you, Trevor. He inspires me every day to be the best version of myself, to get this message out there to you guys, to eat healthy, to take herbal medicine, supplements, and he saved my life. Okay, so in the morning, a smoothie. So 20%, I can't remember the whole 20% versus 80%, but here's a few ideas. Beans are in the 20% acidic category. So 20% of your diet's acidic, 80% is alkaline. So I think maybe beans and legumes were like in the acidic. Certain grains were acidic, like oatmeal, and then like alkaline is like brown rice. White rice would probably be acidic. I'm sorry if I don't get this perfect, you guys. I don't have the list in front of me, but I remember it pretty well. You know, you can have the size of an apple worth of fruit a day, but no tropical fruit. This can be really high in sugar. So I don't have bananas in my smoothies. I'll probably reintroduce that after because I love the potassium and the flavor. And so I was putting avocado in my smoothies, which some people love, but it was too thick for me. Maybe I need to put less, actually. I could probably put less. I put the avocado in my smoothie. I forget which category avocado was. I'm guessing alkaline. And again, like leafy greens would be alkaline. So I'm having romaine lettuce and carrots and cucumber and celery, which are all alkaline. So for the dressing, I'm doing olive oil with, what is it? Lemon. So I juice my own lemons. I just take a lemon and I squeeze it in a jar and put olive oil and some herbal spice, whatever you want to put, and I mix it up and I use that as salad dressing and I put that on my quinoa. So quinoa is actually alkaline and it's a complete protein, so it's very high in protein. It's got good amino acid balance. Vegetarians need a balance, you know, so eating the acidic, sorry, I'm butchering this because I'm not vegetarian. I'm mostly vegetarian. I've been doing a little bit of bone broth and a little bit of tallow cookies. Anyways, what would you call that? We need a new word for that. And so, where was I? With the beans, you need some grains to get the right amino acid profiles with your proteins, right? You can't just eat legumes. You need some grains if you want all the complete proteins as vegetarians. And since I don't even do bone broth and tallow that often, like I need to be careful I'm getting the right amino acid balance and protein. So you can have seeds and nuts, but I believe that almonds are the alkaline, and I'm doing the coconut smiles as well as the walnuts, and what else? I think that was it, right? Oh my god, I'm tired. Okay, so I'll do, and I don't measure my food. Maybe I should, to like get the exact ratios proper. I'm just winging it. I didn't want to stress myself out too much. So if you want to do it more proper, I don't even know 80 versus 20. Is that weight? Is that portion size of like a cup versus like a fourth cup? Like I don't really know exactly. Is it like calories? 20% of calories is acidic and then alkaline. So I just like estimate it. Like a plate full of like quinoa and salad would be 3/4 of the plate, and then 1/4 of the plate could be like coconut smiles and walnuts, right? Or like you know, and I don't think it has to be each meal has to be balancing. It's the overall diet in the day, I think, maybe. So that's how I look at it. That's easier. So the smoothie, I did cheat with 2 extra apples one day. I had a bunch of apples in the fridge. I literally went through my whole pantry and all the stuff I couldn't have, I put on the top shelf. I did the same thing in my fridge. Like I didn't want to have apples because I was gonna have blueberries and didn't want to have too much fruit, so I put the apples in the bottom drawer and I organized my fridge like that, right? And you can freeze your chocolate if you know you won't eat it. So things like that, you know, give it away to neighbors, ask a friend to store it for you if they're not going to eat it till after or whatever. Like you just make it work. You know, I went and bought the food for the week and I made the quinoa for the week. I made the salad for the week. I put the dressing on. I mixed it up. It's ready. And then I put my nuts in portion sizes in little containers. So I have each portion out per day. How much I need. I bought extra almonds. I just, you know, I put away all my extra herbs that I didn't want to make it too complicated, and I put them up on the shelf. So I just kept on my shelf, here what I need. I bought a pill box from the pharmacy so I can organize my pills per day, and an extra pill box to go. And well, thanks Trevor. Yeah, he helped me get one actually. And so I am using stevia. It's recommended not to, but it's better than all the other sweeteners for this diet. I don't know about other stuff like monk fruit. Like I don't know how that compares to stevia. I just know you can't have maple syrup or honey. Stevia is actually on the no eat list, but it's better than if you want a little bit of sweetener. And so I have been putting stevia in the smoothie because it just helps me. If don't have a delicious breakfast, it's hard to wake up. It's hard to even make the smoothie the night before. I'm not motivated. So I put a bit of sweetener as a cheat, stevia. And so I originally didn't use almond butter because all I could afford was the non-organic one. And I was trying to go all organic, and I stopped eating the hummus that I usually get because it's not organic, because they don't have organic. It's oil free. And then I realized, like, no, I want a bit of hummus, I want a bit of almond milk. Because when I have protein in my breakfast in the morning, it really helps me feel full through the day. Otherwise, I feel hungry all day and I'll start reaching for the wrong foods and I don't feel nourished like I need to, and the energy just drops. So I love putting I love putting the almond butter in my smoothie. It's actually delicious for me, and you'll get used to the taste. I actually cut out the greens powder because I didn't want to overdo the herbs, and I was supposed to be 2 hours apart from light cellar, and then I realized how delicious it was and that I wanted to add it back in. So I'm playing around with that, adding that back in. Plus, it's really good for you. So in the smoothie, I actually have been measuring out a cup of blueberries. I love the wild blueberries. They're out of season this time of year. You can't really find them, so I'm doing organic. Frozen blueberries. I'd say frozen is just as healthy as fresh. Of course, fresh might be better in the summer. I don't know. And like cold foods maybe are a little contraindicated in the diet, but I don't want to be all OCD, orthorexia anymore where I'm like, I have to follow every rule, because then I'll be like not having any fruit because it's like, oh, cold food's bad, so I'm going to avoid the blueberries, and then I don't have enough fruit, and I really know how nourishing blueberries are. Doggy wants to go for a walk soon. She's getting up here. So she's telling me to go soon, and if she barks, I might just pause it. I tried to pause the last video and I accidentally pressed stop. Still learning how to do that pause thing on here. That's why it's in 2 videos here. And so, almond milk. I believe you can have coconut milk, the unsweetened one, or almond milk. Make your own is best. I don't do that. One day. And then I keep looking at my kitchen. So, I fill the NutriBullet up. So I try to have about almost 2 cups of almond milk. Maybe a tablespoon of almond butter. A cup of blueberries. I'll do 1/4 teaspoon of the medicinal mushrooms. I have to close my eyes to remember. Oh my god. I gotta pet my dog too. So what else am I putting in it? Hemp seeds, 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds. I actually, hemp seeds are cheaper than hemp protein powder, and I switched to just unflavored hemp powder rather than the chocolate. The chocolate one was a great one for me to start with, but it was actually keeping me up at night because I like to have a bit of the smoothie I make for tomorrow at bedtime. So it tastes amazing. I shouldn't do that. I should go to bed with an empty stomach and eat my meals earlier in the day, but whatever, I cheat a bit. And so, I notice when I do the chocolate protein powder before bed, it might take me 2 hours to fall asleep. Even if it's half an hour, it's just like painful when you're trying to sleep and you got to get up early. So it's so nice to actually be able to lay my head down and fall asleep pretty fast these days. So that's beautiful. But hemp seeds is actually cheaper than the protein powder, because when you buy the protein powder, you have to pay the company, who has to pay someone to grind it, who has to pay someone to package it, and there's more packaging, who has to weigh it, who has to ship it, who has to buy the packaging and ship it to them. This is a lot more cost involved. Hemp seeds are cheaper, especially if you buy the bigger ones, and if you can't afford them at the health food stores, there's other options like Superstore, Co-op, London Drugs, Save on Foods. All these places have the hemp seeds now even. So, I love to support the health food stores, but I bought a pack at London Drugs because I had to go there for meds, or I go there for things you can't get at the health food store that I won't mention on this video. Okay, so I'll put the protein powder's got about 20 grams of protein, which is absolutely nourishing. And I actually do still buy the protein powder, not just the hemp seeds, because there's something nice about adding it to the smoothie and being in the routine of I'm making a protein shake, and keeps me motivated to keep making them every day, which is a huge thing. Compliance, right? The easier things are sometimes, then the more you stick with them. And then, even though the more expensive option, or the hemp seeds would probably be more environmentally friendly than the protein powder with the packaging, or cheaper on the budget, but like I just like do what works, so I do both. So I'll add to a scoop, I cut down to like 1 scoop of protein powder with 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds, which is the same of 2 scoops, right? For about like, it's like half the price or something. But and so I put in chia, maybe a tablespoon of chia. So hemp and chia are very high in essential fatty acids and protein, and so they're actually really good for the brain and all of the mental health stuff, as well as the gut, as well as all kinds of things, and very high in fiber, especially chia. And some people don't put chia in their smoothie because it makes it thicker, but I like it. And I'll put the tiniest little bit of stevia, like one little, you can't even like, when you buy the stevia, it's the white one, and the spoonful's so small, it's like 1/10 of a teaspoon or something. I don't know how much it is, maybe even less. And I actually just bought the other stevia that's unprocessed. It's not white, so I bought that more for my teas. So I'm going to try that out. That's about it, I think, you guys. Yeah, it's just a really delicious way to wake up. And then for lunch, I'm making quinoa. So normally I would have the soups, like the canned soups with like some flavors, herbs, some protein, and like I have to look at how much protein's in the quinoa, but like I said, it's a complete protein, so I can have that in itself. And then I put a little bit of olive oil with lemon, and I mix it together with some herbs. Like I bought from Lightzeller smoked paprika, which is absolutely delicious. Who knew it was good on popcorn and hummus and salad dressing, and quinoa as a dressing. Oh my god. And ideally I'd put the quinoa in the rice cooker sometimes I eat it cold, and it's actually quite delicious. And your taste buds will change when you start to eat more plain food like that, with all the no additives and processed stuff in it. And so the salad, I make this all for a week. I believe food lasts about 5 days in the fridge, so I'll make like 5 days worth of quinoa. And then the salad might last me a week. I don't know. Put it in the fridge. Have it within 5 days. Ideally, maybe a week if you want to. But food safety is huge, so I try not to leave it out of the fridge for more than 2 hours, although sometimes I do. Or if it's really hot at 1 hour, and I need to get a new lunch bag so I can throw the ice packs in and fit it in. My lunch bag doesn't fit ice packs and food, which sucks. So I try to get to work and put it in the fridge, and I'll put notes on my backpack, remember food in the fridge, if I still haven't eaten by the time I left. And so the salad, I actually put pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds in. I ran out of pumpkin, so now I'm doing sunflower. And dressing, and I do cucumber, romaine lettuce. Baby cucumbers are amazing. I find them nice. Carrots and celery, and I chop it up for the week, and I put the dressing on. I find with the lemon in it, it keeps it a bit longer. It's a preservative. And so I also went to the dentist, and they're worried about the enamel in my teeth. I was brushing my teeth too hard with the electric toothbrush. You're supposed to keep it in one spot. And so I got a toothbrush. I think it was Tom's toothpaste or something. I forget which one it was. It remineralizes teeth. And then for dinner, and then as a snack or dinner, I'm having the actual like, trail mix with almonds, coconut smiles. I know I'm going to walk you in a sec, baby girl. Almonds, coconut smiles, and walnuts. And that's basically what I eat all day. And then for snacks, popcorn. That helps me not eat the junk food. I bring it with me everywhere. It makes a mess, but it's great. And yes, good girl. Yes, I'm going to walk you in just a second, baby. And so yeah, it's really been amazing. And then I bring teas. I bring raspberry leaf or nettle or chamomile or lemon balm. Those are my favorites. Please comment in below what your favorite tea is. Please comment, if you've ever done the Wild Rose Detox Cleanse or another cleanse and how it helped you, or maybe what you didn't like about it or what you did like about it. Or, if you want to try it, comment below and just, once you put, we'll be your accountability partner. Once you put the word out there and you tell somebody I'm going to do it, maybe find a friend to do it with, or tell a friend I'm doing this. Will you support me? Can you, be my accountability partner and just ask me how it's going and encourage me to stick with it? And I'm halfway through. I can't wait to see what my health is like in a week. I can't wait to see what my health is going to be like in a year. I might do the mucoid plaque cleanse next if I can afford it. Save up for that. My friend says that one is fantastic. I think the book was called Cleanse and Purify Thyself or something. Read that. Check that one out. Sounds amazing. I never learned about mucoid plaque in school at all. There's so much to learn and you can't learn it all. So just keep learning and you do what works for you. And if you can't do a cleanse because you're malnourished and you have an eating disorder, or maybe you have certain gut issues that are contraindicated, or certain severe health issues, this is not meant to replace healthcare practitioner advice. I'm just a lay herbalist here. I studied at Wild Rose College. I have a practical herbalist diploma. And I'm super excited to be doing these podcasts because I spent 500 hours in school and I've felt for years like I wanted to do something with it to give back to the community that really supported me in my journey. And I feel like the more I can teach, the more I can practice. And now I'm finally able to teach again because I'm able to finally have a herbal protocol. So after the 12-day detox is done, I might do the Candida diet. I might not. I don't know yet. I have to research it. Talk to my partner and my supports and decide, check in with my heart and close my eyes and say, what do I need next? And I do plan on doing the supplements again. I'm doing the Dr. Hoffer protocol for mental health and schizophrenia, which is going to be B12 zinc. I'm not taking the B6 because I had a history of B6 taking too much of it and causing neuropathy because I took over 100 milligrams. And it helped my eye blinking, which was beautiful. And B6 actually treats neuropathy if it's not caused from taking too much B6. And B6 is safe, but in moderation. So if you didn't have neuropathy, I wouldn't worry about it. Or if your neuropathy wasn't caused from it, you could take it, but up to 100 milligrams. But even the stuff in the Dr. Hoffer protocol, I think is too high. I don't think you want more than 100 milligrams of B6. So, but so that one I'm not sure if I'm going to take, but I got the zinc, I got the B12, I got the True Hope and Power Plus. That's another protocol I'm doing that's really helping my anxiety. Again, I stopped the supplements during the cleanse because I didn't want to pee it out and waste the supplements and money. And I didn't get the folic acid as part of the protocol because they didn't have it at the health food store, which is very odd. And folic acid is great for pregnant women, helps prevent neural tube defects, and so I was really shocked that they didn't have it. Maybe they're putting it in the pre-multivitamins, or maybe it's so popular it went off the shelf, or maybe they're having trouble sourcing it. Who knows? Hopefully I can find it somewhere. Again, though, I don't want to spend too much money or introduce too many things at once. I'm going to hold on that. Keep up with the medicinal mushrooms from Light Cellar. The 5 mushroom blend with, I think it's got maybe lion's mane, reishi, maybe chaga, maybe cordyceps, something like that for the immune support, mental health, digestive support. I'm going to go back on the triphala and the ashwagandha, and I do like to put in my smoothies ginger and cinnamon and ashwagandha. Cinnamon helps, the cassia I think it's maybe called, especially the one from the Light Cellar if they still have that, helps with blood sugar balance, which is super important. That's also part of the Dr. Hoffer protocol, or sorry, no, maybe not, but it's in this book, New Optimum Nutrition for the Mind. I just read the chapter on schizophrenia after having the book for years. A friend gave it to me. You never know what information you pick up years ago and then one day something clicks and you read the book or you do the protocol and things start to shift. Could be going to school for 5 years, dropped out for 4 years, and then all of a sudden, boom, now I'm back in it, back studying the books and doing the protocols after not taking herbs for years, not being able to take herbs and supplements without side effects. And all of a sudden, boom, I'm doing it. I bless my herbs. I pray over them. I say these are good for me. They're nourishing my health, my body, mind, my spirit. They help my lungs. I bless my food. I ask for the food to give me some nourishment and good energy to do good things with in life. And I take my medicine and I bless it and I say thank you for the medicine. The medicine is healing me. It's good for me. Even the clozapine, even the Restorelax, the pharmaceuticals, all of it. It's all medicine. When you take the medicine, you want to believe, you want to have the placebo effect work for you, not against you. So you take it with the intention of nourishment and strengthening the body, mind, and spirit for healing so that you can show up in life and be the best version of you for those that you love and those that you're going to help in this journey. And that's what it's all about. And that's why I do this. And so there might be some things I'm forgetting. I might add the cholesterol back in because Trev gave me that for free. I might, but we'll see. If it's too much to do every day in the smoothie and measure it all out, and I'm not making my smoothie because it's too much, I might like lower it down again and maybe add the bananas back in. But I would love to continue with the quinoa and the salads. I'm feeling super nourished. I'd love to continue with the trail mix. I'd love to continue drinking Danny Blend with coconut powder instead of coffee with creamer or artificial creamer. I'd love to just, bring my tea mug everywhere and be filling that with Danny Blend and coconut powder. It tastes as delicious, if not more than coffee. Super nourishing, and it actually, a mug of that makes me not want to go to Tim Hortons. It makes me go to work and not eat their artificial stuff. I just bring my own stuff, and I want to keep up with a lot of this stuff, keep up with the nettle and the raspberry for mineral balance. I'm going to keep up the raspberry for my period issues and PMS and stuff like that I don't really have anymore. But, a little bit I get emotional and mental health support because mineral is super nourishing, especially don't eat meat. And so just having a bit of the seaweed as like a support for my thyroid to prevent thyroid issues, and the iodine that nourishes me and the minerals that are rich in there. I throw that in my smoothie. I stopped that because I didn't know that it didn't, I went and bought cilantro for my smoothie and then accidentally realized it was parsley when I got home. So I'm not putting parsley in this week. I'll keep up with the greens powder from Light Cellar. And I go to Light Cellar every week with Trevor. I get an elixir. Maybe I have some food. And it's amazing. I go online. I buy a gift card often off their website. And I pick it up in store. And then I know that money that was in my debit is now being put towards Light Cellar and not being put towards Tim Hortons or the vending machine downstairs or Mac's down the street or stopping at Subway for a sub and cookies. And putting that money where I want to invest it so that we can create sustainability and health for the planet, and not invest it into, seeing fast food and junk food and vending machines and chocolate and sugar everywhere. So, and the more I harmonize my body, the more I can help the world around me, because the world outside of us is a reflection of what's inside of us. So you want to heal the world? Start with what's inside of you. Yes, help others. Donate to causes that you believe in. Volunteer. Get a job serving. Do something that matters, even if it's one small thing, or maybe it's just starting with yourself and how do I take care of myself today so that one day I can get strong and help others more. And that's where I had to start. I had to take a year off work when I had a mental health breakdown. I had to go through suicide attempts and drug addiction and abusive relationships and eating disorders and OCD and 7 hospitalizations in the psychiatric unit. I've spent over a year of my life in the psychiatric units, 6 months, and then another 6 months, and then 3 months, and then 2 months, and then 1 month, and then 1 night, and now it's been 10 years. And you do the work it takes to heal. You do the self-care tools, they work. You find your community, you find your purpose. You nourish your body, you nourish your mind. You can work with natural medicines, you can work with pharmaceuticals. You just find whatever works for you, and then you roll with it. The healing is possible. It's here, and I'm still learning, and I'm still struggling, and I'm still rising and falling day to day, and anxiety and depression and insomnia some nights, and just whatever it is. I keep going. I do the medicines. I do the detox. I'm gonna do this, y'all. I'll keep you posted on how it's going. You can do it too. Comment below. Please give me a like and a subscribe. It'll help me make more of these videos, and I really want to make more because I love y'all so much.